So I just got done watching the very first episode of 3 Gatsu no Lion, otherwise known as March Comes In Like a Lion, and I gotta say, from the very first episode, I am very, very interested. You see, it seems like this show is going to be one of those hidden gems. I can already see this series being one of the hidden gems of this fall 2016 season of anime, because this was a pretty good first episode, in my personal opinion, at least, and maybe that's because of the fact that, being subjective, here, because when it comes to a series like this, having dark, underlying tones in a series like this, it makes me very interested. I'm into this sort of thing, especially, diving into the psyche of the main character who is dealing through problems of his own and stuff like that. I'm just really into the psychological sense of characters, and it seems like we might get a little bit of this series from that. But let's actually talk about what March Comes In Like a Lion is about. So the general premise of March Comes In Like a Lion is about a 17-year-old boy named Ray who is a professional shogi player. That is right, he is a professional shogi player. But the thing is about Ray is that, from what we really know, is that he really doesn't really have a family. He kind of lives by himself. I mean, there's really no confirmation that he has a family at this moment in time, but it does seem like, in a way, he sort of does, if that makes sense. And he doesn't really have very many friends at that. And from what you can tell from the first 5 minutes of this first episode of March Comes In Like a Lion is that the main character is very, very depressed. So as you go further into this first episode of March Comes In Like a Lion, you will soon find out that it seems like Ray has had some sort of a troubled past. I mean, it's pretty much quite apparent with the very first 5 minutes of the episode, as you can tell that the series does seem to handle some pretty dark undertones. As to what they are, we are not really sure. However, it does seem like, they are hinting at it, especially when it comes to Ray's family, because there is actually one specific scene while Ray was at his acquaintance's house, the sister's house. When he was there was a television broadcast going on about a murder that ended up taking place, about a son that ended up killing his father, beating him on the head with a hammer several of times. And Ray, we see Ray start to emotionally break down from what it looks like internally, of course, not physically, but definitely it does seem like Kay has had some problems in the past when it comes to family relatives, as technically the broadcast was being directed toward him, not specifically about him, but the broadcast was technically coinciding with Kay's experiences that he has had in the past. I mean, I'm not joking. There's actually a scene in this episode where Kay even states, "Every move, I felt like I was punching with my bare hands. It's so vivid. It's like I can still feel the warmth of the skin that I hit." So, right here, with these lines, definitely tell something about Kay's past. Yeah, and especially regarding how the news broadcast ended up bringing up the whole father thing, and then there was the whole sentence by those two other individuals saying, if it was his real son. So when you kind of put these together, it kind of means that maybe Kay actually has had an abusive relationship regarding his foster father, his adoptive father, something like that. That's probably what it is. I'm just guessing, but that's probably what it is, since if you, put those, if you put the puzzle pieces together, you're gonna complete the puzzle. And that's mainly the whole episode in a nutshell. Pretty much this whole episode was just, showing us Kay, who he is, what exactly is going on in his life, of course, without spoiling everything within the first episode. I mean, we've only seen little tidbits of information in this first episode, and we can only speculate as to what those things can be, but so far, from what I have seen of March Comes In Like a Lion, I am very interested in this series, and oh my god, we gotta talk about the opening. The opening and ending from by a bump of chicken. I know it's a weird title, I know, but you know, it's a band name. It's called Bump of Chicken. Yo, they have done some very good stuff, and when it comes to what they did in the opening and the ending for this series, very good. Very, very, very good. When it comes to the animation of March Comes In Like a Lion, the animation it's decent. It's not anything over the top like what we have seen maybe from Drifters this season, but it's definitely a pretty, it's still a nice look to the series, and it's not going to be as vibrant as some other series out there. If anything, this series is going to have a chill sort of atmosphere to it just due to the, how the story is going to play out. Of course, we are probably going to get some drama in this series as well, but when it comes to the animation is pretty chill for the most part. It's nothing too eye-popping, but still, I think that this series is definitely a worth into, besides the fact on how you feel about animation. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what's going to come of March Comes In Like a Lion, and it seems like in the next episode, it seems like, I guess, someone ended up taking Ray's monthly payment as a shogi player, but at the same time, I don't really feel like, this person is someone who he doesn't know. It's probably some other acquaintance that he knows of. As we know right now, Ray doesn't have really many friends, but he does have a few acquaintances, and this could just be another individual who could be his acquaintance, who can probably end up playing importance to his overall character and later on in the story. But we'll just have to wait and see. Let me know in the comments down below on what you guys thought about this series. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you interested in March Comes In Like a Lion? Because I know for sure that I am. I'm going to be checking out this series weekly and, just see how it goes. I'm going to give it the 3-episode test. But so far, I'm really liking March Comes In Like a Lion. So yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, be sure to drop a like, and if you want to stick up to date to my future content on this channel, please hit that red subscribe button below, and you'll never miss a video from me. That about does it for this video, guys. Love you all. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.